What's up? You guys know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I like to have fun, you know. Chess is not fun, but I like to have fun. And joking around. And we got ambulances. Come on, bring me some ambulances. Guys, we're starting a tournament here in 12 minutes. You guys remember Move 11, Acerbate? I don't know if Shockey has ever seen Uncle Buck, but there's the scene when Uncle Buck meets, John Candy meets Macaulay Culkin, and then Macaulay Culkin, who's, the same kid from Home Alone, he asks a million questions, and it's just such a funny scene. John Candy's like, what's your record for consecutive questions asked? I'm a kid. That's my job. Nice to see everybody. Nice seeing you. See you later. But we don't need no seeking badges is actually we don't need no seeking badges is actually from a famous Western movie or something. Yeah. What's your record for consecutive questions asked? I mean, I think that Macaulay Culkin actually answers him with some literal answer. I don't remember. He's like 472. I actually, I like Stefan Gersdawitz's quote there. I don't know much about him. He was a guy who, from what I understand, he lived in Western Massachusetts, which isn't exactly a big chess scene, and I don't know the story with him. He wrote a book. He was like an adult who became a master at a later age, almost a senior. So he wrote some book that was well received at the time. It was like the early 90s or, really long time ago. Anyway, so we're hosting a tournament here. Pawnda Rapid. It's 10+0, so we normally do a lot of increments, and this is no increments, so I don't recommend berserking unless you really are hardcore. Nah, seriously, berserking is good here. It's not a bad spot to berserk. Now, Morales is not here. Morales is not here, and I know he doesn't like the non-increment. Nobody's gonna cry if they lose on time, including me. Time is part of the game, so if you berserk, you're gonna have 5 minutes instead of 10. And I'm not gonna do that unless I'm a huge favorite, because I don't really feel like playing that fast. Sup. So who's here? Mr. Slow is here. Jim's here. Oh man, Mr. Warshsemmel has tipped 24.46, bringing us up to 24.46, bringing us up to 75555. I played poker yesterday in a tournament, in a sit and go tournament, and the ace has cracked the meter. It took 2 bad beats to bring me down, but yeah, it's hard to lose with aces against ace king, but I managed to pull it off, and then lose with a pair of 9s against a pair of 8s. Yep, that happened. Anyway, we're all over the place. We're talking about Uncle Buck. No, we had a lot of questions and consecutive questions asked. But I'm in a great mood. No, we're in a great mood today. We've got Sparkle Horse, that's me. Kelly M, which I really don't know if he's from Tatarstan. Tatar beefsteak, of course, very, very famous Hungarian gourmet dish. Reduce, Teenage Petrosian, Asturbating Greek God. Now that's just 6 players. Shocky is lurking. Nephidob is lurking. Euron is lurking. Jim's lurking. Nice to see you, Jim. Mr. Slow with a massive donation. Really a massive donation. We have Worcester and Tartar. Well, speaking of Worcester, you know, but Worcester's only like Central Mass. Gerza Dowitz was from like Springfield or somewhere way out there. I used to live in Boston, man, but Western Massachusetts, like, there was no chess out there. Once we went out to a tournament with Netog, actually. I drove with Netog, not as far as Springfield, though. We're just all over the place with changing the topic. Instead of answering questions, I just like to change the topic every 5 seconds. I'm easily distracted. It's probably a consequence of brain damage. Alright, so there's a new side tab on my Mozilla, which is really weird. Firefox now has a tab on the side. Why not 15.0? Dude, well, it's longer. It's an arena. I don't want to have like 5 games, you know. We've done that before. That's true, Shocky. We can do that. But what's the difference? We've done 15.0. But I mean, you know, mix it up, man. Why ask why? Right? Why ask why? We do everything. 10.0, 15.0, 7 plus 3, 5 plus 3. I've probably done 10 plus 2. You don't want to play it like a million games. I did 10.0 because it's a common time control. You know, there's a lot of, all the rapid tournaments here are 10.0, and it's like the most common rapid. All the hourly tournaments are 10.0. This is a very common time control. Yeah, but you're a good, fast player, Shocky. But it's not fun. And that's the point. Now we're getting to the point of my stream. The Philosopher King asked, this is great. Can you recommend an entertaining way to learn the endgame? It got me on entertaining. You gotta truly, you know, truly love chess. If you truly love chess, then just studying games is entertaining. But, you know, people, I mean, endgames are hard, and that's why you're not going to see these YouTubers you're talking about, you know. Dude, go to Chess Base. I don't know. I mean, back in the day. Think about the people who are really, really deep into endgames. They're extremely boring, you know. Karsten Mueller. I mean, I'm telling you, study the great games of players like Smyslov. Smyslov's book of complete games, his book of his games has a lot of great endgames. Oh no, Endgame Virtuoso. That's what I was trying to remember. All right, that I think is like it's a good example of a. I mean, it's not like Bronstein, you know. But Bronstein wasn't an endgame specialist. You need someone with Bronstein's personality writing a book on endgames, but it doesn't really exist, you know. Entertaining endgame, that's tough, dude. Most people who write or teach about endgames are boring by nature, you know. Mr. Sohan is giving someone sub to Jim. Nice to see Jim back. I don't know if he's going to play. Alright, guys, we're starting in 3 minutes. But anyway, that's a tough one. I think that, you know, entertaining is relative. What's entertaining to one person is not entertaining to another. I'm entertained by studying the games of a great player, whoever it may be. For me, that's entertaining, but not for everybody, you know. If you want entertainment, yeah, go watch The Butcher. I don't know, you know, if you want entertainment. Hey, what's up? Is it too fast to be slow and too slow to be fast? Exactly. Uh-oh, Saxac Draw is here. Guys, thanks for joining us. Usually this tournament's on Tuesdays, and normally it will be. Once in a while, only in a blue moon, are we moving this, like today, to Wednesday. So tomorrow night is the analysis stream. Don't forget. Save your donations. No. Save your next donations for tomorrow night. Mr. So, thanks for the gift sub to Jim. And it's a great choice, because Jim is one of our longest following Regs, who obviously hasn't had time to be here lately. Okay, so we're up to 9 players. This is an arena. It's 10-0. You berserk if you want to. Two minutes too late. Where's Nefedov? Nefedov's not playing? He likes to join late. He's always late, but fashionably so. Shockey is in. We got 10 players now. Where's Jeroen? Backup mod. Jeroen is like he's like a mod emeritus. We don't keep him in the active mod rotation, but he's a mod emeritus. All right, guys. Good luck to everybody. Let's just play chess and, you know, see you guys. We've got no games tomorrow. I mean, nobody's sending me games. Asterbate and others. Mr. Slow, of course, we've got a game from his collection, but we're a little low on games for tomorrow night. You know, so the streams are condensed into Wednesday, Thursday rather than Tuesday, Thursday. So people might get confused. Tomorrow night is our analysis stream. Yeah. So that's it, man. 2 minutes to mate. Jeroen is in, and there's 14 players so far. Again, you can berserk if you want to. Oh no, we've got a player joining. We got a player that wants to join. Whoa. Open link, new window. Addy. You need a reason not to accept these people. Alright. Addy's in. So draw. Cast, ward. Alright, it's 10-0. Sometimes I don't sort out my openings well. This is the Pierce defense. This is your brain on drugs. You don't have a game. Ask a question. Ask 47 questions. I had a rough day. I had a rough night. I was up pretty late into the morning playing poker. And it's not easy. Not easy. Ooh, C5. That's supposed to be a mistake. You know, the question is how big a mistake is. Did we have this happen before? Relative mistake. Mistakes are relative. Mistakes are high. That doesn't seem right. So, alright, whatever. This is not one of those King's Indians where you can take on E4. You just took back. Knight E2. So, you're going to swing over to H5 with your queen? Schumacher is back? Wow. I'm so happy to see you, man. Every time I see a cola with bro on it, I'm like, I think of you. We have this new campaign, Coca-Cola. Do they have that in Serbia? We have it here where all the bottles have like slogans on them and stuff. First they have names and then they have like slogans like bro, bro's very common, and that's like your favorite English word. So it always makes me think of you. Sack sack bra. That'd be funny. Yeah, that's a great channel name. If Sack Sack Draw makes a chess channel, he becomes a streamer, he can be Sack Sack Bra. The sacrificial bra. Taking too long on my decision here. Yeah, it's sudden death. And I don't want to use all my time. It's a problem. Like, sometimes I forget. I'm not used to playing sudden death now. So you got to adapt. Remember where you are. Speaking of shadow ban, Shaki said, Licha shadow ban me again? And then Schumacher showed up. That's kind of ironic. The irony is real. So what? What are we doing? Why did I use that knight? Alright guys, I'm not expecting too much for myself. I'm obligated to play. This is my tournament. But my brain is only halfway there right now. I haven't played chess at all today. My first chess game all day. Normally I'll at least play some random blitz games on my phone. No join requests. I think ghost join request is always there. You resigned. Ah, 97 check. Now I know why. Alright, he's not warmed up either. That's the first result. There's no other games. Shaki's playing. Shaki Adi. Kaliam is not here. Reduce Nefidov. Nefidov up to 2171. What is that position and how did it happen so fast? Nefidov's playing the white side of it. Looks like a Sveshnikov. Why is there a pawn on b2 on like move 7? What's that position about? How did this happen so quickly? Whoa, dude. Nefidov's king is on e1. There's a pawn on b2. Annoying thing about masters is you sack pawn and they got compensation. No, that's you're supposed to take back, but c5's c5's not good. It's been played. I mean, there's c5 you have to take back, and then we trade queens and I play e5 and white's better. So if you want to play c5, I guess that's not the move order to do it. Alright, anyway. Alright, how many players do we have? 18 players. I really like the Fianchetto Pierce, though. Look at this. Schumacher. Hanging out with the Butcher in Serbia in 94. This is Sack Sack Draw now on game 2. I like Schumacher's clown tent. Yeah, this is Uber drivers here. Wow, Uber driver Mr. Slow. That's a good matchup, guys. What are the odds on the draw here? Uber driver, you guys don't lose to Uber driver. You might end up in his blog. Okay, just saying. What's up with this is Trumpowski? Oh no. Mr. Slow is very strong in opening play. So it becomes an interesting stylistic matchup because Mr. Slow's strength is kind of Uber Driver's weakness. I think in the openings, Uber Driver is okay, but it's not really his specialty. And it's sort of the opposite with Mr. Slow. So it's almost guaranteed that Mr. Slow gets a good game out of the opening. But Uber Driver is experienced and practical. So, and quick. So that's an interesting game. How much advantage can Mr. Slow get out of the opening, and how much can Uber Driver slime him with time and practical play? Yesterday I played poker. I lost with aces against ace king. It's horrible. Alright. Nafidab is in 5th place. Kelly M registered but isn't playing apparently. Redusa is here. Shaki is here in the house. El Shakma is back. Adi is new. Uber Driver is here. Dinekis is here playing. Young Samurai is here. Young Samurai, are you the question asker? Who's the Philosopher King? Mr. Slow, Saxak Draw, Schumacher, Jeroen, Ruslan Bear. So we got a total of 18 players. 18 players. Greek God is blocked because of not resigning in a simul where he's lost position, but that's fine. You can still play in the tournaments. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, simuls are different. If people do stuff that I don't like in the simuls, you're going to be restricted from playing in simuls. It doesn't mean I hate you. It just means that I'm not going to play you in simuls. Guys, there's not much chatter in the chat room. You know, we need like that. We need like AI companions or something. Man, I imagine with AI, there's going to be more and more like bot type stuff. Way easier to operate like online bots that are basically behaving like people. You could fill up your Twitch or YouTube chat with like fake accounts that are just AI to inflate your viewer numbers. Alright, Saxat draw. Guys, where's my challenge? Got no opponents. You've got no opponents. Next week I will next Friday I'll have a rapid tournament to play in, hopefully again. If I can gain 1 rating point every rapid tournament, we could do the Mark Esserman thing where we can climb our rating up 1 point at a time by killing 1300s. One of the reasons why I don't like that guy. He did that for real. He would go to the Boylston Chess Club, play 1 game against a 1300, gain a rating point, then withdraw. In my opinion, anyone who would do that is really kind of immoral, you know. Alright, anyway, I find it hard to concentrate. I bring up random stuff, whatever pops up, you know, in my mind. Alright, Schumacher is here. He's berserking, but I'm not. I'm not berserking. Yeah, he's always had a pretty good result against my English defense. But he's always had a pretty good result against my, you know, whatever that is. Flimzo. Flimzo. Mm-hmm. You play an early H3, I played an early A6. Doesn't really make a whole lot of difference, does it? Welcome to the Flimzo. So, yeah, I'm not very knowledgeable about this now that we come to think about it. Chess is chess. You use the acerbate maneuver for rook. Yes? Artashes. Acerbate artashes. Minassian. Mm-hmm. Yes. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh. What are we gonna do now? I tried to confuse him with the A6 move order. This is a kind of odd move, Queen C2, right? Just didn't know where else to put it. You could put it on B3, right? I'm loving it. Mm-hmm. That's kind of a stopgap solution. Is it not? You know the Benoni people. Love me a good Benoni sandwich. This is the Benoni sandwich. My favorite square for the queen. You guys know that. You know how much I love C7. Alright. Yeah, not a lot of options here. I like it when they play like G3. With the bishop on H2, like the London. You know when that happens, something's gone wrong. Alright. We had really bad news this week. I was supposed to have air conditioners installed the first week of June, and the contractor air conditioner guys are like, we can't do it till now, like the first week of July. So that's bad. That's very bad. It means that I will die of heat exhaustion. If things have been the way they've been the last couple of years, it's not cool. Literally not cool, get it? Cool. Not cool. I mean, you're running an air conditioning business. It's absolutely not cool to tell people you'll install the air conditioners at the beginning of June and be like, oh, by the way, nope, we can't make it till July. That's very bad. Alright, anyway, in other news, we're going to need to take some action here. What else can I do? F4 is coming. Dark squares. The dark square zone. Thank you, Mr. So, for a huge donation, bringing us up to $7.55. Oh my goodness. That's a night. Right? Night? That is a night. This is a night on drugs. This is your night on drugs. Bishop D7, Bishop A6. A sudden tactic, a bolt from the blue. Oh no. Oh no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We don't panic. We panic. It's time to panic. Officially time to panic. Well, sort of. It's sort of time to panic. It's alright. It's alright. We have some sort of compensation. Oh yeah, nice pawn structure. You have your cakes and you eat them too. Impulsive. Are you threatening me? I get it. I get it, okay? That's fine. It's cool. I'm not gonna go into D3. You can pin me with Queen E2. I could have gone for it, but it's a little bit awkward. Schumacher always looking for those tactics, which is smart. You know, it makes him a difficult opponent. He's opportunistic tactically. But we should be able to up the pressure on the white position here. I mean, the F5 doesn't work, but simple endgames, right? Oh, that doesn't work either. That's good. Whatever. I don't know what I'm even trying to say. Who's better here? I thought I was better because white's central pawn is so exposed, but maybe I'm not better. No. This doesn't seem right. 2-for-1 sale. Whale tail. Whale tail pawn structure. The end game. Alright. The end game cometh. We gotta be careful. Probably not a great move. Man, here he goes with the tactics again. Unbelievable. You gotta be kidding me. Huh? Where are you going? Oh no. Mercilessly flagging the opponent. Alright, sorry. You berserked. You did it, you berserked me. Nice game though. He almost drew, giving me 2-to-1 time odds. But I'm playing for that. Uber driver's a real scholar. That's what you get for berserking. Yeah, you lose your increment, right? I'm not going to berserk against anybody except for the lowest rated players. You know, maybe the bottom 5 lowest rated. I'm not feeling it today. I'm just not sharp. I'm too tired. I'm not sharp. I feel a little better than when we started. Move 11 was here and left. He's on in the tournament. A very busy Memorial Day week. What do you call the week after Memorial Day? Memorial Day week. Alright, now we gotta take our time. But Inekis is not gonna use his time. Guys, thank you for your kind donations. And a day ago, actually, asked to be resubbed. Right? No, I was looking at some Nidorfs lately. So they never properly studied the Nidorf. Only how to play with white in the Sozin. I don't know if you can call it the Sozin when it's the Nidorf, but you sent a request in the club. Silent but deadly. So b5, is that a mistake? Isn't that a mistake here? Isn't that like kind of the reason why I play bishop e3? Wow, we got 3 requests. Wanderson. Wow. Awesome. Dark Prince of Chess, which is very evil. Excellent. And then Knight Maven. Knight Maven has just two players, but 2 players. 22 games even. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So bishop e3. No, this is a different position though. Maybe b5 isn't bad here, right? I guess it's not necessarily bad. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. What's he thinking about? Like, there is no other move there, obviously. You have to play b4. Now, you might have more than one move. The point is that you can't take this. I mean, you can take it, but it's definitely not a good move. This is too strong. In addition to bishop f3 and other problems. Wow, the silent assassin. Oh, Pablo Kelly's here. Okay, so he's joined late. Silent assassin is not the evil emperor or whatever. They're different. Assassins aren't necessarily evil. They're chaotic, neutral. In Dungeons and Dragons alignment speak. Especially silent assassins. They're not outspoken. The outspoken assassin. Assassins tend not to be outspoken for whatever reason, you know? The loudmouth assassin. The noisy assassin. Okay, this did not expect. So if he took, I would take with the queen, right? I figured he would take for sure. Weird, huh? It's just a free-for-all. It's like free roll ambulances here. I mean, it's hard for me to get used to this. The window open, it's hot, it's summer almost, and I moved back to my old apartment where we have unlimited ambulances nonstop 24 hours a day. And like even now, it's like it's way after rush hour. There's not that much traffic. And all I hear is ambulances all the time. Must be a lot of sick people and a lot of ambulances. It sounds like a war zone. I think I literally lived, you know, in a war zone with the frequency of the ambulances here. Do you hear that? Can you guys hear that? Okay, it's not always ambulance. Sometimes there's like police cars too. But it does get really irritating after a while. If you're irritated by stuff, it's probably you. I thought about this the other day. I was like, why am I always irritated by stuff? Little psychology. Psychology sidebar. you ask yourself, why am I always irritated by stuff? And then you say to yourself, well, look inside, look unto yourself, right? You didn't used to be like that. Are things more annoying than they used to be? Or were they always that way? You're just different, It's you that's different, right? It's not that things are more annoying or becoming more annoying. It's that I'm looking at things differently. And I realized this walking down the street the other day, that I used to be more introspective, sort of, like, not introspective, but we can apply this stuff to chess too. But I realized that, like, I'm paying attention about my surroundings, whereas I used to think more in my head, just, about myself, what my thoughts are. Not so much paying attention to what, how some people walk around and they're totally, they're only thinking about what they're thinking about. They're not even paying attention to their environment, And I think I spend too much time paying attention to the environment and not enough time, like, paying attention to myself. Okay, this is kind of extreme. You're sacrificing a rook. Oh, and not recapturing. That's even cooler. Wow. The philosopher would like this conversation. That is pretty cool. I'm gonna need a brain transplant really soon. F3 is how am I gonna save my knight? The knight is a goner. I mean, there are a lot of moves here, but I don't know where to start. F3 is not so constructive. Well, that's an amazing, just amazing move, right? Who comes up with that? Here I am thinking you're just going to sack the exchange, and you're temporarily sacrificing a whole rook. That's crazy. F3 doesn't do a lot. Bishop F3, Queen D3. These are my options. What about Queen D3? It develops. Bishop F3. Alright. I really don't know what to do. Nice idea. I don't know if that's, some sort of known idea in the knight, or to temporarily sacrifice the exchange, a whole rook. But you gotta give him credit, man. I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome. Dinekis is what I would call a player who's over the top, like goes crazy a lot. Too loose, aggressive. Used to play the King's Indian pretty well. But I like haven't been playing D4 lately, so we haven't seen that. Man, this is I have no idea. Like, I guess Black has compensation for the sacrificed exchange. But I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. And if you don't do anything wrong, you can't be worse. I do have an outside A pawn. That could be a winner. With the two bishops here, if we remove the A6 pawn from the board, I have a passed A pawn. It's going down the board, supported by the two bishops. I played F5. Alright. F4. So I think we're going to need to play F3. At some point, I'm playing it right away, but it's not obligated. I'm not obligated to go ahead and f3 right away. But it just occurred to me that he, can trap my bishop or force it back. I don't like it being forced back along this diagonal too much. So I'm going to take here. We're up a rook momentarily. But I think that the point is, dude, you can't not take back the knight now. You've got to do something. Now I have the outside pawn. A5. There's a problem, though. There is a problem. Problem solved. Well, I don't like his pawns, like D5. That's the pawns. Avalanching forward on my position. By playing F4, I can circumvent black here. See? Now this is a big hole. Now we can go ahead and do anything, really. I mean, that was the point. Now D4 is permanently mine. You're never going to play D4. Forget about it. Here, there's another interesting move. Bishop C4. Looks like it loses a pawn, though. Here we have a couple of different options. I think I should just go ahead and play bishop D4. Knight would be good there, too. So we're up a clear exchange. Should be winning. The smoke has cleared, and white is up a clear exchange. The pawn structure is very imbalanced, but still, I mean, I'm the one with the really dangerous passed pawn. This guy. What's up, everybody? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me in the chat. There's no one in the chat. Really? Everyone's playing? It's not like a Swiss where you have time in between games. Ah. Alright, so knight c5, interesting move. I hope this works. Knight f4. Uh-oh. This is kind of counterintuitive. Freaking freak. I hung the exchange. That's good. Is that good? That's very good, right? Very good. Drop the exchange and have less time. Now I'm on the verge of losing. Nice. Nice. Holy crap. Totally screwed up. Alright. I heard some crazy noises. Great game by Dunekis. I blundered. Wow. So he's better focused than me. Dude, I had a bat fly in my office a few years ago. Some weird ass noises coming in tonight. Some weird bird. Sounds like a freaking zoo out there. You guys hear that? I live near the zoo. I think something got loose. It happened once. There was a penguin walking down the street. Not a penguin. Yeah, like a penguin? I think it was a penguin got loose. Yeah. Is that crazy? Kind of crazy, right? King f7. Penguin got loose. He was walking down the main street one night. He got picked up. This happened a few years ago. Damn. It's totally psychotic. This is totally psychotic, dude. Wow. Right, now it's looking like we need an open file. Wow. Well, we haven't given given up a draw against him. There's one. He's better. He's probably better here, objectively. I would play g4 if I could, but he got g1 covered. Yeah, this was a interesting game, but a lot of tactical mistakes. I think the final position is equal. No, he's better. And g4 was my best move. Wow. He is better, and g4 was my best move. Damn, I wouldn't pull the trigger on g4. It is obviously a move. I would instantly play it if your bishop wasn't on d4. Without the ability to play rook g1, it's tough. It's tough to see g4, but it's necessary because I'm getting squeezed if I don't. That was a really crazy game. Look at that. I had a mountainous advantage the whole way, then blundered, and it's just a draw. Apparently I was equal, and h3 is a blunder. My worst move of the game. Isn't that messed up? h3 is like my worst move of the game. Well, almost. I mean, dropping the exchange was my worst move of the game. Wow. But I mean, no matter what, I'm messed up there, you know. Wow. And he's in first place. He beat Redusa and El Shakmat. Wow, so nice start, bro. Dianakis with a 2300 performance based on 3 games. Man, it's just too quiet in here. It really is. We need more chatter. I really gotta put some games or some kind of. Where's Mr. Coffee? $19 players now. Night Maven has joined. Nefedov, what happened to Nefedov? He played a game and lost and left? We're just waiting. We're all just waiting. Mr. Slow, 1-1. So Uber driver, what's our feature game here? Feature game completed. Top games. Redusa versus Yurun. El Shakma versus Mr. Slow. Oh no, Mr. Slow must have lost some time against Uber driver. El Shakmat has a very dry position here against Mr. Slow. Looks like it was a London. Ugh. Gross. That has definite London vibes. Schumacher taking over first place with a devastating score of 2-2 and a draw. With 50%. Yeah, I banned everyone interesting. Everyone controversial has been banned, so that does make it kind of dry. It's like an endgame book in here. Jim, are you playing? No. Well, we got fairly long wait between games because of the lack of players. This is not a popular time control, I guess. I guess I should berserk. But I was trying to play some good chess, and my draw with Denekis was catastrophic blunder. I just totally blundered the fork on e2. I mean e3, and in addition, and I'm always black against Schumacher. In addition, what happens if you play the Dutch against him again? Acerbate. That's like a Nimzo. He plays it like the classical Nimzo. Well, why don't I take? This is not a classical Nimzo. I would think a player who's used to playing the classical Nimzo would be pretty offended by White's position here. Why do you play the classical Nimzo with White? Because you don't like doubled pawns? That's exactly what you got here. Some big fat double pawns. Those are fat double pawns. Capital P. A little early to go e5. You're not going to castle queenside, are you? Yeah, he's trying to win the tournament by berserking. This is like a model game for black. Things I've been working on lately, like chess-wise, reappraisal of Nimzovich's games. Looking at some Najdorf's. I'd like to start like a Patreon, but I haven't gotten to it. If I made a Patreon, I would create interesting content and put it on Patreon. All right, D5, and White's structure is not getting any better. I know what he's going to do because I played so many games against him. It's 462. So I already know what he's going to do before he knows what he's going to do. Question is, what am I going to do? You don't know what I'm going to do. I know what you're going to do. I can think on the next level. I bet I can predict his next move. So A5, E7, D8, B8, all moves are possible. Really, for me, it's coming down to why E7? No, I didn't predict his next move correctly. So much for that theory. He's playing too fast. Yeah, the next level. Yeah, I can't predict his moves because he can't predict his moves. He's just making random moves because he's making them fast. Even faster than usual. This is, again, this is why I brought up Nimzovich. I mean, this is Nimzovich, chapter 1, page 1. Game over, bro. Basically, white is not going to be taking a passive. He's not going to be taking a passive approach here. I'm playing very passively with g5. Smoke him if you got him. What? So what the hell was that? There was a weird noise in the room. I guess he's preventing me from playing bishop d7. It's a pretty eerie move. Eerie, Pennsylvania. We might have to think outside the box here. Outside the box thinking. Rook d8. Take that, bro. Yeah, how you like that? Yeah, my rook sucks on d8, but it's only temporary, you know, and then you're expelled. You're like Astrobate in high school. You've been expelled. We can always fix our rook, but once I get in bishop d7, it's back to trade school. And he's deep. He's pretty deep. I can do a lot of things. Anyway, I'm taking too much time at this point. Play queen b5 again. No? Change your mind? Yeah. Okay. It's a King's Indian. Mr. Slow. He loves a good King's Indian around here. You can never be too careful. Dude, this is a tough position, I mean, to play in blitz, right? Queen d2, r2 d2. Yeah, now it's time to rethink our rook placement. Oh yeah, there it is. That's a neat move. Which way should I take? Maybe I should take the other way. No. That's a really neat move. You gotta give him credit. Not what I expected. Shoot, but I mean, f4 is starting to get kind of scary here. I mean, we're seeing definite King's Indian themes. It's an IMSO, right? This is not a King's Indian. Oh, it might as well be. Check. Are you going to hide behind the pawn? How is that going to work for you? Wow. Takes, check. Oh my gosh. You're not going to hide behind that pawn, are you? Oh, he is. He is. Who would have believed it? Wait. Ah. I almost had a threat there. No. Come on. Enough of this nonsense. The neck is working on his next. Oh man, he got a tough opponent there. Uber driver? What is Uber driver doing? What is that? Dude, what is Uber Driver doing? What is that? Oh no. Uber Driver is playing the Verisov. And he tricked Denekis into playing the Pierce. Oh my god. Wow. You see, you can do that to those King's Indian players. You died of boredom. Tell me that was a London, Mr. Slow. I saw the boring position. Looked like White was playing the Slav. Yeah. But you're also... Okay, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard, but I like, you know, I really like playing D6 based formations against these people. You didn't do a D6 type of thing. You got what looked like a very standard type position. Okay, Mr. Slow is playing now. Advanced Karo Khan against Schumacher, which looks interesting. Wow. Oof. Schumacher has, yeah, there's been some games like this we analyzed a long time ago. One, actually, these same two players, right? It was one of Schumacher's all-time favorite game submissions. Something against Mr. Slow. Ooh, Mr. Slow is H4ing it. I like that. Mr. Slow is really all in already on move 14. Oh no. What? Mr. Slow played Queen E4? I can't believe it. Mr. Slow is tilted. He's tilted. Schumacher has like permanent tilt, but you know, why did he play Queen E4? If you play Knight takes E5, Knight takes E5, Queen G3, you have some attacking chances. Objectively, it's probably not enough, but I don't think that Mr. Slow would ever play. He would ever play Queen E4 in normal situation. I don't know why he did that. Why do that and not Berserk, by the way? If you're gonna play like that, you might as well Berserk back. Although, okay, you got the option to win on time. Yeah, all right. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. You're gonna try to flag Schumacher. Not his best strategy. Man, and he just missed another tactic. No. Oh no. No, sorry. Mr. Slow is tilted. Mr. Tilt? Lethal Dog. Oh, I saw some funny story today. Somewhere. Like every dog, they legally found that every dog is entitled to one bite. Or something. Some woman was like suing. I don't know where this was, but they were suing, and then the court decided that every dog is allowed one bite. Every dog has his day. Lethal Dog. Alright. Is that how it works? Yeah, lame. Yeah, I know he's lame. He's lame. See, Mr. Slow keeps running into opponents who don't really care about the openings. Uber Driver. Schumacher. You know, you're not getting opponents who play theory in the openings. You're getting players who play boring stuff. That hurts when you're Mr. Slow. got like horrible allergies on and off from the trees. Wow, you ruined playing a beautiful oh no. D4. Beautiful Birds Larson. Birds Larson. A beautiful Birds Larson. I don't know. I guess D4 makes sense. Oh, I know. But you just Nimzovich him to death, man. You know? That's what I did. But you're playing a main line there. He knows a few things. I mean, Schumacher knows, I guess, enough to play some kind of main lines in what he plays. He can play well, but, you know, in this case, we're seeing a guy who's just playing fast. And screw the well part. He's just playing fast. One-on-one, if he has time, he can play pretty well. But you obviously see that's not the point here. The point is to win the arena, and so people are playing for the clock, first and foremost. I'm not. I ran into trouble against Inekis on a blunder, so I've got 3.5 out of 4. This is kind of my standard Rapid tournament, really. I'll win like most of my games and draw one against somebody. We still got half the tournament left. An hour and 25 minutes to go. Where's my game? I wonder, is Kelly really from Tatarstan or just likes that flag? I guess I didn't even realize that Tatarstan was an actual like independent country. I guess it is. So the Hungarians have this dish called beefsteak Tatar. Some people, you know, in the West call it beefsteak tartar. But here it's Tatar beefsteak. Tatarstan, not tartar. I wonder where that originates, you know, is it really, where is it from? The ancient Huns brought it from Mongolia. They would eat raw beef and mix in some spices with the raw beef. I'm a beef lover. I can't. Even I'm scared to eat beefsteak Tatar because, of course, I'm a coward. I should really try it sometime. I'm ashamed that I haven't. Alright, anyway. Tatarstan. Schumacher in first place. Look at that. He's crushing it today. He's gonna like win the tournament. 4 wins. Oh, he already beat Lethal Dog in 3 moves. And now he's playing Edward. Uh-oh. Edward has got some Edward, ooh, E5 though. Really? Wow. Wow. With the tactics even. Yeah, Edward played E5 and walked into the tactical buzzsaw of bishop takes F3. E5 wasn't right. E5, it fails. It was an accident. You know, F5 is better in the shape structure. Interesting move. Bishop C6. Oddly enough, I was thinking about that. I mean, Schumacher's play with Queen E8 was bizarre, right? That's pretty bizarre. Right? What happened there? Queen E8 here? Definitely not non-standard. Both sides are just playing too fast here. This is bad. Where is my game? That I can't tell you. Where's your game? Where's your game? Where's my game? I think they try to it tries to balance the pairings, so there you go. Here's your game. No berserks. Did we do this already? We've played 16 games. I feel like I played this against you already. That's awfully familiar. Isn't it? It's weird feeling like I had this with Uber driver. With Gingy, we looked at this 30 years ago. I can't believe it's been 30 years ago. It's unbelievable how fast time goes. I've been playing chess for 40 years. It's crazy. I've been playing chess for 40 years. It's depressing. How is that possible when I'm 39 years old? Right? I'm playing since before I was born. You didn't play this against me before, did you? Someone did. There's actually a game or two where this has been played over the board. But Roman would be like, oh, black's winning. I guess it's a bit of an oversimplification. I had almost the same position before. Yeah, and I do think it was Uber driver. Like all of this stuff, man, the same exact shit happened. That's weird. I feel like Queen H6 was a suggestion at one point. How can you play so fast? Like you've played this before or something? I mean, I've played this opening for like 30 years. So it's easier for me. I can do a Lichess search and show I've even had virtually the same position on the board before. I like the way this guy just takes it in stride. I also find it strange that Reduce is a D4 player. You know, his style would seem to suit your style. For me, would seem to suit you better if you played E4. But that's fine. It's good. It's good to play both. You may have better results with one or the other, but it helps you to learn the game better if you play both, ultimately. And that's what I'm doing. By playing E4 all the time now, you know, I'm finally, I mean, I've been playing E4 all my life, but not on a regular basis. Not in OTB games frequently. I always liked playing e4, but it's scarier than d4, you know? It's sharper, and the openings are more open. The openings are more open. Guys, what about Norway chess, right? I normally don't pay much attention to the top tournaments, but you guys want to think about something funny, right? The Norway chess. By the way, I have no idea like who sponsors that or whatever. Is it like, is Magnus directly involved? I don't know. But what's really bizarre, because I saw the broadcast today on Lee Chess. Why do you have like a 6-player group and it's called Open? That's like when they have like chess festival and have one tournament, you know? That's dumb. That's dumb, dude. It's dumb. Why would they call it Open? Do you know what an Open is? Does anyone know what an Open is? Open is when the tournament is open. Like, anybody can play. It's the opposite of... That's like literally the opposite of what the Norway chess tournament is. Isn't that kind of weird? You're going to have a chess tournament with these elite players, and you're not even going to, like, call it what it is. Open. I opened the broadcast, and I was like, wow, what is it, an open? Like, they've created a tournament? Is there an open tournament? Is there really, like, an open tournament somewhere? But anyway, Hikaru is 2800 still. Seems like he rarely plays. At this point, it feels like Hikaru is older than me. It's weird. He's such a chess hermit, just playing in this, and very rarely playing. What is White doing here? So is my queen getting trapped yet? Maybe it's open. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. Can we just talk about this? I have an idea. All those with ham bambers. What is a worst? What is a worst schemmel? Wow. That is a sick. That's a sick move. Is my queen trapped? Is my queen trapped yet, donkey? Bro, Queen A4? Are you even kidding me? White's playing chess like on another dimension. From me, man. That's some crazy stuff right there. Queen A4. Nice idea. Have to say I completely missed it. Maximum queen mobility. That's a really crazy move, and all sorts of nasty traps too. Why is the tournament with 6 people? Why is the tournament with 6 people yet used to determine those to play in Canada? I hope it's not used to determine who plays in the candidates in some way. I don't know about that. You know, it's an independent tournament, isn't it? I mean, that would be pretty weird if it was somehow related to qualifying for the World Championship candidates or something. I didn't know that. That would be pretty weird. If it's some sort of qualifier for the candidates, yeah, with 6 players, that's dumb. I mean, that would be completely unfair. You can't do that. You can't have a 6-player tournament and invite the winner to the candidates. You might as well just invite, whoever Donald Trump wants to invite. The biggest crypto donor should play in the World Championship. I mean, no, I don't believe that can be done. Things like the World Cup, for example, make sense. But I just think it's amusing that they call it an open. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Funny. White is a very fearful player here. Noted for his fearful play. Afraid of his own shadow. Damn. No, extremely aggressive, right? I have to defend carefully. There was tactics floating around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm up 2 pawns. I mean, I should be winning. Like, it's a private tournament. They can invite whoever they want. I can have a tournament at my house and invite who I want to invite. It's a private tournament. So now we have a problem, right? Well, this has been. We've been preparing for this type stuff for a while. It's not a FIDE tournament. It's a private tournament. All right. B5. We're not quite ready to play B5 yet. It's basically like a Leningrad Nimzo. We have a lot of moves. Knight B6 looks really strong. But maybe, it's suboptimal. Wow. Can do that. Holy. Holy moly, Batman. Alright. Wow. That's some crazy shit right there. So we don't have a lot of options. Damn, dude. This guy is ferocious. He's ferocious. Even in a lost position, my God, dude. ferociously dangerous. It's insane. This guy is insane, dude. Where does he come up with this stuff? Every possible small chance he has, he finds it. So optimistic. Okay, I have an idea. Wow, what's that? I thought Queen H7 was his only chance. But I could play Queen G7, Queen H8. It's still not so easy, dude, after Queen H7. Still not so easy. It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. He's obviously not here for the arena win. Oh, he's in second place. My God. You played 94 bullet games today. Yesterday they played 190 bullet games. Dude, seriously? That's not good. Don't do that, man. You're not helping, you're not doing yourself any favors by doing that. It's a really bad idea. Bullet is like a ridiculous addiction. White is clearly outplayed, like, strategically here, not tactically. Bullet can't make you better at strategy. It can only improve you in tactics. Then you end up very one-sided. have to get good before you can be fast. I think that's the important thing. Alright, El Shakmat is in second place. Whoa. Mr. Slow is tilted. Shakmat's got Mr. Slow again. Hopefully Mr. Slow is not fully tilted. Well, it's a good thing he's not black either, because then we see the London system. This looks like a Rosalimo. No. Oh no, another Caro-Kann. Mr. Slow must want to kill himself. He didn't play the advanced variation. Switching it up. Got an hour left, guys. Schumacher running away with the thing. Crushing everyone in his path. He's narrowly got up to a +1 score now, and he's like winning the tournament. At +1. Oh. What is that opening? Schumacher white? Wait, what was this? The Grunfeld with Bishop G5, 94. I like C5 here. The Dubov variation. Dubovic. Okay, Schumacher has got got some chances here, but he's playing mostly for time, and this is not going to be enough. Immediately lost. He's immediately lost. Maybe not. Rook and Bishop. Draw. Clearly a draw. Ooh, H6 check. I love it. I don't know now. Maybe I think white's okay. I don't know about Rook D1. But it prevents Rook D8, so I guess it is a good move. I mean, you could have played Rook C1, attacking C6. Man, this is crazy. This is really crazy, yeah. Schumacher in first place. These guys are near first and second place. First and third place. Wow, that's weird. Rook D4 is kind of weird. No? I don't understand why he refuses to, like, attack anything. White, like, refuses to attack black's pawns. For me, that's kind of odd. The C-pawn doesn't matter that much, honestly. You can't let black play A4. This is an interesting game. But it looks like the H6 pawn is going to possibly fall here. Schumacher could collapse. Fairly quickly. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Look, Ma, no H file. So we're down a pawn, and we're down rook and bishop for queen. It's not enough for white. Nah. Yeah, we have to wait a long time for pairings in this tournament. It is true. Nefedov left after one game. Saksav Shah left after 2. Shaki left after 1. Young Samurai left after 1. Teenage Petrosian left after 1. 42 is here. That's alright. It's alright that all those guys left because 42 is here. 42 in the house. Just not 47. Mate. No, mate. You are up. You're up. Man, be careful, dude. See the writing on the wall here. Be careful, 47. That's it. That's it. That's it. No Queen F8, mate. Good job. Oh, no. Now you're totally winning. Wow. Brutal. Brutal. That's it, man. Game, set, match. You didn't blunder Queen F8. You're winning on the spot. Nice job. 42 in his first game in the tournament. Just crushing it. Alright, 42. Let's go. Uber driver is in second place. Uh-oh. I'm not a contender. I'm not berserking. I'm just here to be your host, and I didn't have it in me to berserk today. Trying to play the best I can play. Hikaru lost against Gukesh. Oh shit. I mean, dude, bro, Hikaru never plays. How is he supposed to? How is he supposed to compete at that level and be 2800? I was just thinking, like, you know, it's not like you can not play and just keep 2800 level in classical chess. I mean, sorry, that's not how it works, dude. Like, Magnus is more active than Hikaru. He's 2800. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, he may be 2800, but it's hard to imagine how he's doing it, you know. And here's this oh yeah. Well, he's very selective, right? So you can't lose points if you don't play in any tournaments. That's the main strategy, I guess. But beating Fabiano is a huge thing, obviously. I'm glad, though, there's a real tournament with some good players and a good time control. Yeah, but 6 players... never really been a big fan of such small round robins. Frankly, it's not that interesting. I don't know. I never really liked tournaments with less than like 10 players, honestly. At least 8. 6 is small, very small. Why not 4? I mean, if you can't get a sponsorship, enough sponsorship to pay at that point with those guys playing, it's more intimate. I mean, maybe the point is there's certain dynamics. Certain players don't like other players. It's like even in all the history of chess, there have been famous examples of players who didn't like to play with other players in the same tournament. They would avoid them. That's as old as chess itself. So, what am I doing? Oh, the rumor. Rumor master. They're on the evil payroll. Disgusting. Do I have to exchange bishops? Bishop takes d5. Bishop takes g5. Wait. Bishop takes d5. Bishop takes g5. Bishop takes c6. Bishop takes c6. Bishop b1. Bishop b1 is nothing special. Special. It's nothing special. I don't know. I can't decide what to do. I'm using my extra time here. What's up, special? Okay. Now, I like this. I like Ike. Although, exchanging bishops it's good and bad for me. Does that make sense? You could have played knight takes c3 there. Maybe. I used to get games like this with another one of our regulars, Mule Skinner. Who else? What are you gonna do about knight c5? You just gonna live with that? That's no problem. It's just an endgame. Maybe. It's just a passed pawn. I mean, no big deal. True. You have things, beings. I keep forgetting this ripped guy, the Hulk. I keep forgetting who Hulk is. This ripped character. I feel like you're a new person. You turned over a new leaf. You're ripped. Alright, whatever, man. Fine. This is a bad move. That's nice. No, without you in the chat, what would we do? What would we talk about? See, this is the perfect time. Don't do it during my simul when I get annoyed. This is the perfect time for gossip. Gossip Bernstein. Double trouble. Damn. Damn, what am I gonna do? He's just Fine. Really, I have 2 bishops, a pass pawn. Life isn't fair. The knight on e4 is strong. True. How long can I live with that knight on e4? It needs to go away. Go away. I'm not even better here. The only thing that's better is the time. Can you imagine I was even considering playing g4? Wow. 15. It's weird. That is weird. Top chatter. What's he thinking about? Do I have a trick? Uh-huh. That's what you were thinking about. That's a good move. That's your #1 candidate move. Wow, dude, that's annoying. That is an annoying move you've got there. Knight takes e4. Knight e3, pawn e3, bishop takes e4. I mean, let's just see what happens here, okay? It's a bad bishop. Bad bishop. Take it away. You don't want it. You don't even want it. Oh my god. He doesn't even want it. It's a draw, obviously. I'm going to flag him again. What's a pass pawn? What are a few pawns in the wrong color in the endgame? A few pawns on the wrong color never hurt anybody. What could possibly go wrong here for black? How about the king and pawn game? I have a protected passer and a king and pawn game. But that's not automatic, so it's wrong. Oh, I see. This is a complicated king and pawn game. This is your brain on drugs. No. That can't be right. That can't be right either. If he doesn't play h5, I think it's a draw. Right? Yeah. I can't get through. Uber driver crushing the tournament along with El Shakmat. Reduce in third. Schumacher drops to fourth after that nasty loss. Losing a drawn king and pawning game with h5. Okay, he's trying to berserk, and that way he ends up in time pressure, and then that's how we make mistakes, right? Time pressure causes us to make mistakes. I'm not berserking, I'm not getting in time pressure as bad, and I have more time. So we can exploit the berserkers by not berserking back. And I know that some people think that's bad sportsmanship or something, but I don't think so, man. It's a weird tournament format that isn't objectively fair in the first place. So, alright. Pandi 3. Just enough games. Resume. 39 minutes left. Uber driver winning the tournament with perfect score. He's won every game. I think he waits until the stronger player. Oh no, he drew Schumacher. Okay. He has 6.5 out of 7. Now playing Schumacher again. But Schumacher tends to kind of go on tilt. When he starts losing, it's a lot of zeros in a row. Well, you're doing pretty well tonight. You're running against Anti-Lizard. Anti-Lizard, now with Anti-Lizard technology. Lizard people. Anti-lizard people. Bro. Anti-ambulance. So, I know what I would do. A surprising sequence of moves. Maybe bishop d2, not so surprising. Black's in time pressure. Oh, Uber driver, alright. Bad Benoni. Ooh, this... I never know about playing a5, though. Should you play a5 or not? It's difficult to say. And this Schumacher is just fully tilted. I don't think he even plays the Schmidt Benoni. Oh, see, this Uber driver, he keeps messing with people. By playing the Verisov, no one plays d5, and then they keep transposing to stupid things. Hello? d5 is the best move and the only good move for black in this position. Does anyone realize that except for me? it's very simple. You have to play d5, unless you're like a Caro-Kann player who insists on playing c6, or a French defense player who insists on playing e6. d5 is clearly black's best move, and it even equalizes on the spot. I just don't understand why people don't understand that. Uber Driver's new approach of playing the Verisov is working out for him by transposing into stuff that people don't know. Yeah, that sounds sort of stupid. Magnus beating the world champion. Just this whole statement sounds stupid. Making a mockery. Of the chess world. Well, I mean, Magnus, since when did it matter, like, what openings Magnus played? Magnus has always played everything. He certainly is, I don't know about the Yubava London, or whatever. Magnus literally plays, like, everything. Openings are not his forte, you know. He's okay, he's fine, but he's the ultimate practical player. Well, you might as well just roll some dice to determine the world championship. That would be the easiest thing. Why don't they just play rock, paper, scissors or something? Because after Magnus, it's all difficult to say. There's a lot of good players lumped in. Magnus is on another level, and then everyone else is close. But you can understand Magnus not wanting to do that anymore. I think it's pretty reasonable. Why should he be, like, you know, spending his whole life defending the world championship? That's, yeah. He enjoys playing chess, whatever. Fine. But he's gonna end up, like, qualifying for the world championship or something, you know. And then dropping out. If he's not careful, he might end up, like, accidentally qualifying for the world championship again. Alright, knight f3. So in a lie detector. I don't know too much about the science of lie detectors, but I would not think that it's like 100% accuracy. Alright. But yeah. I mean, Yuri isn't getting any younger. None of them are, except for Gukesh, who's really young. Prognanen is really young. You would think the younger players have an advantage for sure. You know, Giri, Hikaru, all these guys aren't young anymore, relatively speaking. But I mean, again, it's very possible that anybody could become a world champion with the way it is now. You know, I mean, it's just random. Yeah, of course, Giri could become world champion. He'd be lying if he said he couldn't, or just showing some sort of false modesty. You know, sometimes people just want to be modest. So that you ask them if they think they could be world champion, and they're just like, no. That doesn't mean they really believe they can. You know, it just means they're trying to be polite. They don't want to seem maybe arrogant. Gary strikes me as someone who's pretty level and not necessarily wants to be like arrogant and... Alright. He's pretty modest, it seems like. Modest person. So what is this opening anyway? Is it a Trompowski or a Tori attack? Ture. I have Tourette syndrome. Wow, Jeroen hasn't gotten a draw in a while. Wonder when that was. It was a while ago. We haven't played a lot frequently. We have 128 games. But now the queen on c2. Never particularly well placed there. But I mean, yeah, anyone could be world champion who's over 2770 at this point. Even 2750. Karyakin became world champion. I mean, what was he like ranked when he became world champion? It hasn't changed, you know. Not became world champion, but I mean, he could have become world champion. He played for the world championship, sorry. Obviously, Karyakin wasn't world champion, but you understand what I mean. I'm saying, like, he qualified for the world championship. He almost became world champion. We're talking about who could, like, qualify to play for the world championship. That's half the battle. Qualifying for the world championship is half the battle. The other half is becoming world champion. But like Magnus, who cares, you know? It's a good thing I'm not playing Nefyedov. Nefyedov would love this position. So now what do I do? Yeah, I love trading queens. I do. So c4. Now rook's on the wrong square. This is probably a bad move. Okay, but I have the threat. I have a threat. c4. Maybe it's not. Thy king's in the center. Thy king is in the center. Where's Mr. Coffee? It's so weird. Mr. Coffee, I think, has a schedule, and maybe Wednesday isn't his night, you know, to join my stream. I'm usually streaming this tournament on Tuesdays. I never do Wednesdays. It's kind of nice, though, not seeing all those, like, losers streaming the title Tuesday on Chess Mom. I hate that, you know, I'm streaming. And he's like, title Tuesday. Alright. Anti-lizard. Jeroen is playing like cheesy noob. Cheesy Rowan. This is an ironic move, right? You're like good bishop, but you're trading it off. maybe to try to, let's say, play with 2 knights against 2 bishops in a closed structure. There's a lot of pawns on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. 16 pawns. But that's ridiculous, yeah. Bishop takes c6, b takes c. Yeah, but I mean, look at the last candidates tournament. What, Hikaru, seriously? After that, you think he's gonna, like, suddenly win the next candidates tournament? I mean, he could, but I think the odds are against it. His game against Gukesh in the last round, that was pathetic, dude. That was pathetic. Literally pathetic. Remember? Have you ever seen a more pathetic game? Hikaru with white against Gukesh, he did nothing. He did literally nothing and drew. What is this like? He did play the worst possible, like, opening setup for a win and did nothing and drew. I mean, if that isn't the best opportunity ever, I don't know what is. You just have to win one game to qualify the World Championship, and he did nothing. That's it, man. Game over, you know? Then you don't have the nerve or something. I don't know what happened there, what to say. Like, was it just a bad day? He was sick? You know how Aronian was always cursed. Aronian would always choke when he was even, like, the second best player in the world, probably. But I don't see how Hikaru, you know, can do it. He's definitely an underdog, in my opinion. Even if he's the highest rated player. You gotta think there's more to it than ratings. You know, these guys, the younger guys, like we said, Gukesh, there's dynamics that people don't understand who are just looking at the ratings or whatever. You know, there's dynamics between particular players. Maybe the younger players have a built-in psychological advantage. There had to be some kind of psychological advantage at play there, or else, you know, Hikaru was like betting on a draw on some sports betting site. Why would he not attempt to win, like, so half-heartedly too? I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's no rational explanation for the way Hikaru played the last round of the last Canada's tournament, except it's either an arranged draw or he simply lost his nerve, you know. You can't really account for people who normally seem... Hikaru's been competing his whole life. He clearly has very good nerves. Why suddenly does he choke and do nothing against Gukesh? At least go down in flames, you know. I would have lost horribly, but at least I would have tried. I mean, like, his stepdad is, like, watching. I kind of felt bad for Sunil. His whole life, his dream for Hikaru to become world champion. Now he's, like, a rich chess streamer, but who cares, you know? I thought he wanted to be world champion. It's like, it makes you wonder, maybe this whole streamer thing was a bad idea in the first place. I always felt like Hikaru couldn't make up his mind, but what is he doing, you know? But I guess it's not clear. This is probably a bad move. Oh, how is Jeroen ahead of me on time? Because Ripped is distracting me in the chat. You're distracting me now. It doesn't really matter. I'm distracting me. C4 is a bad move. It's probably a bad move. But I'm not sure I had a good move. I wasted too much time in this game. Wow, you played the game of a lifetime? Can you see it? Now you see it, now you don't. I had the fan like blowing on me. It's really... No, I just felt kind of bad for Sunil's stepdad, whose dream was for him to become world champion. The last round, that Canada tournament is like, that's heartbreaking. Why did he not do anything? What was it, the English or Catalan or something? What? Can you imagine playing the Catalan with white in a must-win situation to qualify for the World Championship? Bro, that's like the opening you play to not lose. What are you doing? It doesn't make any sense at all, you know? Like, I think sometimes people like forget even the meta, you know, the most basic. White should have played e4 here. You got one chance to do that. And that's why c4 is bad. Does he lose sight of the obvious? Analysis tomorrow, yeah. You play the Catalan against Gukesh in the last round. It's a great opening if you have like draw odds. He's got to go for it with like the sharpest thing he can play. I mean, I remember the opening a little bit. It was something really lame happened early on. But yeah, that's something psychological and should be if anyone is going to claim that Hikaru's ever going to become world champion, you have to have some doubts. I would have some doubts because of that. I figure you got the best chance you ever got, and you're not going to get another one that good. The FIDE system for determining the world championship is so sort of random, though, that who knows? Maybe Hikaru turns around and becomes world champion somehow. Nothing would surprise me completely. Still. Yeah, I've really lost interest in recent years. I like chess. I love chess. I love watching maybe top players on and off, but treating the World Chess Championship like it was the World Series of baseball or something, just not there for me. Like, the level of excitement isn't there, you know? This Rook Exchange, I'm just playing for time now. Probably not a good move. I should really keep the tension. I thought he would take with the C-pawn. Extension file. So F4. Slightly risky. Oof. He's gonna go for it with a counterplay with b4, a4. Possible piece sacrifices. Possible. Damn, dude, can I do this? Alright. Well, I did it. I don't know if it's good. Where is he going? Oh no. Oh, I see. Wow. Nice move. Damn. Alright. I'll give you a draw. I'm better, but it's not that clear, and it's no time, and we're just flagging each other at this point. You know, I agree. I'm not gonna just play for the flag by spamming the mouse. I think I'm better. Black is a little better. Yeah. I was a little better the whole game, but it wasn't much. You know, here. I was better by 0.9, 0.8, 0.5, you know, the whole game. Good game. You stayed within a slightly worse. Maximum 0.9. He's self-banned. The encounter. Bro. A non-Carlson encounter. That was kind of the beginning of me, like, not caring about world championships anymore. Right? Yeah, we've talked about this already, obviously. Anand tried really hard. I'm just here for the $1 million. It was like a boxing match, you know, where the worst boxer just takes a fall in round 2 so he doesn't get hurt, you know, and didn't even really try at all. Just collects his prize money and goes home. Yeah. But Karyak can put up a fight. Gotta give him credit. As horrible a human being as he is, as he's shown, because he is a horrible human being. You got to give Karyak credit for playing a tough match against Magnus. What you need is, yeah, someone who's fearless. Should have another look at that, actually. You know, maybe reassessing that whole match would be interesting. A look back at good old Carlson, Karyakin, the good old days. Nobody plays Queen A5 check. It's weird. It's kind of weird. It feels weird that no one plays that. This is how Nefedov got in that position. Oh my god. B4 is some sort of slightly rare move. I've played this type of thing before. It's probably not great. I'm a copycat. Nah, I don't see a pawn on b2, do you? See, I'm taking Nefedov's knowledge. I'm learning from Nefedov's past experiences. I saw a pawn on b2. I said, that's not happening. There's not going to be any pawn on b2 for black in this game. I can assure you. No pawn on b2 today. So now what happens? Is the real question. I have had this against Heroin too, and yeah, I'm already probably worse. My b4 is slow. That's the issue. b4 is slow. But at least I won't have a black pawn on b2 in the near future. That's not so likely to happen. I guess this is our last game, guys, for today. Since there's only 11 minutes left, and there's 17 minutes left on the clocks here. It's a lot of time. My opponent plays fast. Faster than me, because he plays 200 bullet games a day. Now, Sveshnikov is a funny opening, because you get the feeling like it's so tactical, right? There's a lot of long lines in the opening you have to memorize. But then on the other hand, it's actually really sort of strategically rich, more than tactical, isn't it? I mean, so I think you've got to be good at, tactics and strategic play to be a good Sveshnikov player. So a4. Now Nefedov, who's like ferocious on the black side of the Schliemann, is like a kitten on the white side of the Sveshnikov, apparently. What happened in that opening? What was that about? How did that... I'll have to see that. How did Nefedov get such a crazy position in the earlier Sveshnikov? With the black pawn on b2. What was that? That was really pretty weird. Well, I don't think I have an option here. So, what's happening here? Who's better? I don't know what's happening. I got my A file. There's no black pawn on b2. But you've got a central majority. d4 is the main thing. I don't know. So d4. Bishop on e6 is a strong piece. d4 is coming. I mean, that's the point. I don't think there's a good bishop and bad bishop in this type of position. I like that my bishop was attacking his b5 pawn, but d4 is rolling, and what am I going to do, With that d pawn coming up in my face, I'm going to have to put my knight somewhere. Where am I going to put it? Where am I going to put it? Seriously. Maybe I had rook a6. I didn't look at that. I should have I should have considered the possibility here of rook a6, but it looks like he could do queen c8. Yeah. Position is approximately even. Almost feel like I'm worse though. When in doubt, trade queens. That's Schieberspieler. So who's in first place? What? The new player. Oh, he's 2,500 in bullet. Who is this Edward? Where did he come from? He's tied for first with my opponent. And Uber Driver's in third with Schumacher. So it's really close now. Anybody of those top four could win it. Though obviously Schumacher's not playing anyone. Uber Driver's playing Edward. And I'm playing Reduso. So Uber Driver needs to win. Oh man, he's getting fried. Is Uber Driver overextended in a Benoni? Who is Edward? You wonder if Edward is someone who's played on our stream with a different account or something. But this account has been around for 7 years. No. 9 years ago. 9 years. Well, they could have more than one account. Offer to draw. You don't want to draw. You could have time to play another game if you take a draw. But this way, we're not going to get any more points, dude. It's a bad practical decision by Black to decline a draw here in an arena. That's a dumb thing to do. So I go G3 and then I weaken my F3 square. But H5 could happen any minute. I can play F3, Knight F4, F3, F3, H5, Knight E3. The more I look at F3, the more I like it. The fact is, Black is just playing bullet chess. Doesn't listen. The problem, like, you have hanging pawns. I'm not saying he's worse, but I don't think he was better when he declined a draw. It's a bad it's a bad thing to do, man. Now we're going to get no more points. Anyway, it didn't matter for me, but for him it matters. You know, this will probably be the difference between him winning like second or third, possibly even. Actually first. Dude, he could totally take the draw and be first. That's stupid. Nothing personal. I don't mean, you know, it's just it's a bad decision. It's a really bad decision by him here to not take my draw offer. Really bad decision. Unless you're trying to help me, like win or something. You take the draw, you get 27 points. You take the lead, and you got solid Uber Driver. That game might get dragged out, and nobody gets the 27 points. He just declined winning the tournament, basically. You think it's sus? Think he paid me off for a draw? Yep. Big money. He's now dropping his d5 pawn. Now he's like lost. The fix is in. All of his pawns on the 5th are lost. Can't believe he didn't take the draw. I just handed him first place. He resigned. Well, he could play another game in 1 minute. Nope. Tournament pairings are closed. Wow. So you declined a draw there. Wow, the Uber driver game is a dead position. Well, I thought it was a dead position, but it's still a trick for black, huh? Uber driver wasn't born yesterday. Was he? How old are you, Uber driver? See, Uber driver's in 3rd place. Schumacher tried, but he just couldn't play enough games. We're under a minute now. You thought you were better. I don't know. I didn't think it was a big deal. I'm not trying to scam you by offering a draw. I offer a draw because I think it's like equal. So those guys, you would be in the lead now if you'd taken the draw. They drew anyway. So you would have tied for first. You would have tied for first, no? Instead of being second, but who has the better tie breaks? I don't know. I don't know who's the better tie breaks. If you take the draw. You or Redusa. I mean, you or Edward. Uber driver's 3rd with a solid draw. So it's all title players. Yeah. Always take the draw. Uber driver gets 3rd place. So Edward had a really, I don't know, he's new here, but he crushed 7 players in a row. And Staffargan was back. He crushed 7 players in a row, and then the solid Uber driver draw in the last round. To win the tournament, Redusa played fighting chess the whole time, finished 2nd, and interestingly, Edward also didn't berserk. How did he win so easily without berserking? And only played 8 games. This is crazy. He had some good pairings. He beat Kelly. He beat Staffargan. They're quite strong players. He beat Schumacher twice. But Schumacher was already on tilt by the time he played Edward. So Schumacher 4th, El Shachmat 5th, Anti-Lizard gets 6th. I'm in 7th, Mr. Slow with 8th place. But a big drop between 7th and 8th place. Heroin with 9th and Adi with 10th. In Asterbait, our biggest hero and VIP with his usual performance, he picked off a couple points here and there against Ruslan, Greek God, and Lethal Dog. No relation to Save a Dog, who hasn't been here in a long time. Cheesy Noob not actually playing any games, and Asterbait with 3 wins. So Dinekis and Ruslan Bear in the second there. Okay. That last game where I offered a draw, you know, I'm interested in that too. So I played a perfect game according to Stockfish, but I was a tiny bit worse in the opening because like B4, you know. That's the last, you know, oddly enough, I don't know why I played this B4. That was the last Sveshnikov I played over the board. It was like 19 years ago? Against Antich. I think it was the last time I played the white side of a Sveshnikov in a tournament game. Honestly, no, maybe not. There was one other draw, but yeah. So I'm the only person who plays B4. It's not a great line. So you play the same as Antich, except I played A4 against Antich. But anyway, when I offered a draw after knight G6, just to show, I thought a long time here, and F3 is not, let's see, depth 29. I don't play F3 lightly in this position. You know what I didn't think of? I might even bring the knight to F2 in some positions, but okay, let's see. So computer doesn't really love F3, but I'm still equal. Yeah. I think that you're overly optimistic about your valuation of the position. And I think that Stockfish agrees. You're overly optimistic in thinking that you're always better. Here it's hard to call. I mean, these pawns are all shaky, you know, so it's like you've got to be very careful. But I don't know. I don't know who's better. I didn't know who's better. That's why I offered a draw. Anyway, guys, so thanks for playing. It was interesting, and we're gonna be back tomorrow with analysis stream. So thanks to Mr. Wurst Semmel and Mr. Slowhand Grind as well for the donation to Jim, and thanks to Jim. Great to see you here, Mr. Jim, and hope you can come back and join us more often. Maybe Wednesdays is better for you. I never stream on Wednesdays. It's usually Tuesday. It's Geller time tomorrow. All right, Geller time. Geller beer. We're not going to be drinking too much alcohol this week. Pawnda says bye-bye. Thank you for playing. Bye-bye. Hey.